What's up, guys? The Off Day Angler here, and you are watching me make an intro about my intro. If you follow my channel at all, you may know from time to time my microphone settings mess up, and I don't always check them, and then I don't have any audio. So, doing a little voiceover today. I've done it a couple times, so I think I got it down enough to make it decent. But why are you here? You're here for the install. So this is the Fishtrax 1C-K, which is the complete paddle sport package, as they call it. Comes with everything you need to mount it to a kayak, which is good for me. I don't really have any experience with electronics, just full disclosure here. I wanted something simple, just to try to, I'm covering large bodies of water, just to kind of tell me more like, am I wasting my time? Is there absolutely no fish here before I cast 100 times? Or is there some fish here that I could at least, give it a shot and experiment a little bit? So I don't claim to be an expert. I know this probably isn't the best one on the market, but for what I'm using it for, it's kind of a good beginner's thing, I think. I'm not going to do a full detailed review. There's some others on YouTube already that do a really good job that I've myself watched. This is mainly just for what comes in the box and how to install it. So hope you guys find it helpful. If you do, please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button if you like fishing stuff. I consider this kind of a 10,000 foot view and just kind of a beginner for dummies of how to rig one of these up with the kit and kind of what it looks like. So in your box, when you order this kit, you will get the Fishtrax 1C actual fish finder, as you can see here. Don't mind all my finger tapping that you can't hear me talking about. You'll get this transducer mount. It's a Scotty brand. If you wanted to piece this out separately, you can. Obviously, you can see the model number there is 141. Again, all these things can be ordered separately. I found that the bundle, though, I think it does end up saving you a few dollars if you decide to go with those particular attachments. And then, of course, you see here's the Scotty camera mount. And then this piece was kind of loose in the box, and I figured out that piece is for if you want to mount your transducer directly to your kayak. Let me also just say one of the big pluses for this fish finder for me, I have a small, cheaper kayak, as you guys might know. I did not want an onboard battery. I didn't want anything extra to mess with or have to change out. The Fishtrax, if you've done any homework, does run on 4 AAA batteries. How great that battery life is, I can't attest to yet, but to me, that is a simple solution that I can plug and play rather than have another thing to put on my kayak when I go out, or have a permanent rig. I drag my kayak through stuff, take it in unfriendly places. It is not a trailer kayak that I typically just launch at a boat ramp, so that's kind of my thought process behind this. Alright guys, so we got everything out of its individual boxes. You'll see the fish finder here. It comes with the fish finder itself. Comes with the float on there. You can remove that, but if you wanted to just free float it, you can, rather than having it mounted to the arm. Of course, comes with stickers and the transducer. The transducer mount box, this is everything that was in it, which is the arms, the fasteners that come with it. I believe the track piece may have been in that box as well, the track piece itself, and then of course instructions of how to put it together, rather a diagram. And then of course the camera mount, which has basically the mount pre-assembled and then an extra little clamp-on piece there. Just gives you another way to mount it. Okay guys, so the first step is mounting your actual rail. You'll want to pick a spot. I've seen some people pre-drill the holes. I've seen some people mark them, do different things. I just took a power drill and the screws and went ahead and just drilled them right through, and that seemed to work fine. Word to the wise though, I did have to buy a second rail. Make sure you test how you paddle and where you're going to paddle. I did not, and then I ended up placing this in a place I thought I would like it, but it really didn't work out. So the next piece you get is, again, the transducer arm mount, kind of where it all connects together. So you can see there's that little metal spline on the bottom. and you're going to want to get that in the gap that's on your rail. And then once it's in, you'll just slide it down to the other end of the rail. So again, orientation of how you mount this rail is important. Make sure you pick which side, and then you can see you just kind of crank down on that top piece, and it'll click into place and tighten down to where it won't slide around. So once you get that screwed on, you can get these little washers. They are two different colors for two different size splines. So make sure the blue one will go towards the mount itself, and the yellow one will go facing the arm itself. And you just go ahead and screw it in. And then that's your adjustment arm. Alright guys, so the next thing you're going to do, go ahead and loosen that arm back up a little bit. You can kind of face it up, may make your life easier. We're going to install the rest of the arm together. So what you want to do is look which end you have of the arm extender, so to speak, or transducer extender, and then you're going to line up the rail, as you can see here, and get it situated in. And you can see the bottom of it that sticks out has kind of those little notches in it, I guess you would say. And you can go ahead and get your it comes with 2 wing nuts and a bolt, and it has 2 kind of square nuts, and you're going to go ahead and seat those with the wing nuts to slide your adjustment. Of course, you can loosen these later to adjust how deep you want it to run or how shallow. So you're going to come around to the other side here. You're going to insert that other nut with the plastic facing. You can kind of see the orientation there. The plastic's facing out from the side we're on, and then you have this other piece with these little tiny splines on them, and they will match on the other side of your arm if you remember those little notches. So you're going to take your last nut, put the wing nut on top of it, I guess, the plastic portion, and then you're going to line that piece up. You can angle it, I guess, whichever direction you'd like. I did mine straight out for the time being. And you're just going to put that little assembly together. Alright guys, so here I'm just taking off that float. Like I said, if you want to use it to either kind of throw the transducer more in front of your kayak or whatever have you, you can. There's the little stopper which you can slide all the way down and take off the cord, and then I just ran the float all the way down the cord and took it off. But again, it's there if you don't want to hard mount this or you want to take it. I know some people even like throw them out while they're bank fishing. If you want to save it for later, this is the way to do it. Otherwise, you can shortcut it and just cut it off. So this piece is the piece that was just kind of loose in the box earlier, and it is more for if you want to directly mount your transducer to like the side of your kayak or boat, or however you want to rig it up. You can kind of see, if you watch the video here, you'll see kind of how it goes together. It's got 2 screw holes to, of course, attach it. It kind of looks like there's some threading inside of there. I never did really figure out what that was for. Feel free to leave in the comments. Somebody's probably smarter than me out there or has done this before. But it looks to me like that's mainly there as a separate mounting option. You're going to go ahead and take the screw out of that attachment though, and you're going to put your transducer on the end of your arm as you see here, and you're going to use that screw to hold it into place and attach it, and then of course it comes with the little wing nut to screw it on together and tighten it down with. And with that you can also of course adjust your angle there. So this piece here, we've got our transducer and our arm all set up, so we're almost there. We're going to do the mount next. So the mount configured as is, comes with the adjustable head and it's all set up for this. If you wanted to, though, you could take this bottom piece out. You see the screw at the top there, and replace it with this attachment. There's the screw. Replace the whole thing, and that's more for if you had like an existing rail, kind of a horizontal rail. You can see it would clamp down around it for that type of setup. But if you've got this kit, you're probably going to set it up this way, I imagine. So this, you can see me pointing to the hole there. This is super simple. You literally just push it down and click it in. It is a little difficult to get out. You kind of have to finagle it once it's in there. But for the most part, if you put it in there, the whole assembly is just together, and you can take it on and off together. There's kind of this little tab here. You see me point to. You kind of have to pull it out with some force to free it up. But it's pretty sturdy as is. Of course, the top portion is adjustable. You can see you'll flip your transducer arm up. You'll hold it in place and unscrew this top portion. The whole thing will rotate, and then you can, of course, slide it off, as we did earlier. At this point, it's just all assembled. And just like that, you've completely removed it from your kayak if you want to go in shallow water, or just whatever the case may be. Okay, guys, we made it. So now we have the actual fish finder. It took me a second to figure this out because it looks like it would clip on somewhere, but this really tiny thread right here, just looks like the end of a screw, is what you're going to thread it onto. So there's the threading on the bottom here. You can see the hole, and you're just going to turn that bad boy a couple times, and it'll be screwed in. It doesn't feel like it's that secure when you first do it. If you're used to stuff threading in a lot, there is a bottom piece you can kind of hold to try to get it to turn in. But that's about it. It just doesn't have a lot of threads, as you can see. So far, I've used it a couple times now. I haven't had it come loose or had any issues. That's just kind of the deal. And it does swivel. That's another thing. You think it would be tight, but the whole thing does swivel to be adjustable. So don't let that throw you off. You can see here I'm adjusting the tilt, playing with the different options, so you really get it at the exact angle you want. And then here, I'm just gonna screw the cord together here. So you plug it in, and you can see that little O-ring there. That's what helps keep it waterproof. Screw the cap down on it, and that should be pretty much sealed, waterproof, weatherproof, whatever they want to label it as. And then of course you have all this extra cord. I will later, not in the video, but I will later on my own zip tie a lot of that extra cord. You can kind of measure out what you're going to need, and then I just zip tied it to the transducer arm with a little slack for the adjustment. Alright guys, that's it. You made it to the end. Hopefully if you've watched this all the way through, you've managed to get yours installed or given you a good idea of what you might be getting yourself into. Again, there's other videos that can attest better to the quality of how it works and how to use it. I'm a beginner at that. I may make one if I have some luck with it. But this was more just to help you out if you were like me, had no idea what you were getting or how to install it. So I hope you found it helpful. If you did, again, please hit that thumbs up button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, anything I did wrong, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to answer you if you ask a question, but I may not have the answer either. So, again, thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helps, and we'll catch you next time.